Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast.
Good morning. It's 6:08 Friday, Philly Joe and Kirby.
We have one last $400 Shoppers Drug Mart gift card to give away at 8:10 this morning on PJK Price is Right.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Big N on the Boston Pizza text line, nice and early. Can't wait for the Bone Phone calls to hear Hooligan's response to some criticism he received yesterday. Yes, Big N, ask and you shall receive. Hooligan did call back. I'll say this, he's not super angry, though. He's not like, oh, let me tell you something about this guy. It's not like that. It's very,
Level-headed.
Thank you, Kirby. Yes, it's very
Good, good.
It's a good response.
I'm glad to hear. I mean, we love the drama on the show, though.
Well, you do. No, just joking. Also on that Bone Phone, Vinny, Dr. Hockey, and it's perfect because the Jets start their preseason tomorrow night. He has some thoughts about the NHL and the Jets.
Any talk about what a lot of the pundits are suggesting, that they're looking at some of these young prospects to fill the void on some of the
Vinny doesn't
positions?
usually go that deep.
Wow.
He's just, Vinny's a lot. You know how his calls go. They sucked
Yep.
last year. They're going to suck this year. They sucked 2 years ago.
Well, he hasn't been around lately, so I thought he might have been, become an insider for one
He's
of,
preparing for the season.
He is. So some insight on the Jets
That's
season.
great going into this home game tomorrow against Minnesota.
That's right. We also have a great recipe, breakfast recipe, on the heels of yesterday's conversation about waffles versus pancakes versus French toast.
It almost became a battle royal. Some people were suggesting even crepes.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Third man in. That always
Yeah.
got you DQ'd, correct, Joe? Your old wrestling commentary.
Yeah.
The commentator, nothing made the commentator go more crazy than third man in. Third man in!
Yeah, usually lead to a disqualification right there. Sometimes fines were levied, Kirby.
Did you tell me off air, Joe, that they are bringing back Saturday night's main event, a staple from my wrestling watching childhood?
You didn't even have to really be a huge wrestling fan to see Saturday night's main event. And it's coming back in this. Kirby, if you missed the first round of them, you're going to love it this time. Yeah, it was a staple on Saturday nights because it was the first time they ever tried this primetime Saturday thing in place of... Remember, they
Saturday
brought it on
Night
there.
Live.
That's how they came up with Saturday Night, because Dick Ebersol from NBC was part of it with Vince McMahon. Anyway, there's talk that Jesse the Body Ventura,
please.
one of the greatest color analysts of all time, will be back as one of the color analysts.
I mean, that to
pretty
me,
funny.
That to me was Jesse the Body Ventura and Bobby Heenan were two of the greatest wrestling color commentators because they were so funny. They were. Would you call them heel commentators? They were always
Yes.
cheering for the bad guys.
Yeah, and always making up stuff like that, like as if the camera didn't catch this. Kirby, I'm telling you, you're missed out on a whole... You know what? For the last 2 months before it goes to Netflix, I'm going to buy you the WWE Network. You can catch all the old action right there in the archives.
Wow.
Hey, it's
the
a gift.
that I never asked for.
Yes.
You and the boss, man, get me into wrestling.
Yesterday at the end of the show, all you said was, if you got the name game right today, because you've gotten the last two, we gave you full props, full flowers. You said you'd like a gift or a prize. Here I am, giving you a prize without even answering the name game. An hour before the name game, and you throw it back in my
Free
face.
wrestling.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the best kind of gift, when you get somebody a gift that they don't like.
Well, I didn't ask if you liked it. I was trying to surprise you.
Philly Joe Kirby.
Philly Joe and Kirby.
Podcast.
The Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast.
No one's listening. We've got your back. Call the Bone Phone. 780-BONE. Brought to you by Auto Gallery of Winnipeg.
I really hate trains. I got an appointment to go to. One train goes by. Nope. Another one going the opposite way. Crawling. What the is wrong with these people?
I know that people who work for CP and CN get annoyed with those phone calls, but it's every day in Winnipeg. Even if you could have a relative who works there. It doesn't make it fun to sit there for 10 minutes and wait for a train. Like, it just doesn't.
No, I will say this, one of the biggest bones of contention we had on the Bone Phone this summer were the railway crossings and the repairs done to the major ones. And what I've seen, they did a wonderful job. Like in years past, sometimes you could see that the work wasn't going to last. It seems like the work's going to last. So good on them.
Agreed.
If you were a smart kid, you'd set up like a lemonade stand at like a rail crossing because you could profit off of like being stuck at that crossing, and then all the people could get out of their vehicles and go get a cup of lemonade.
Might not be that safe, though. Usually it's pretty busy areas.
Fair.
Train crossings, but...
I'm just trying to think of fun things that we could add around the rail crossings that could make the time spent there.
I'll tell you right now, unless it's a drive-through situation and that stand or cart is not set up right by my vehicle, there's no way I'm looking down the line going, I might as well buy the jug. 30 degrees outside and I'm 200 cars away before I get to the front. How am I going to walk back?
Okay, moving on. Great recipe. Great breakfast recipe here on the heels of the debate yesterday with Thursday Throwdown. Waffles versus pancake versus French toast.
So, listen, you guys, yesterday talking about French toast, waffles, and pancakes. Now, I got a game changer that I learned from my cousin. He used to make me French toast all the time when I was a kid. What he recently did for me is he made French toast, but he made a French toast breakfast sandwich. So what it was French toast buttered with syrup, and then he made a sunny side up fried egg, put it on there, made some bacon, put it on there, made some breakfast sausages, cut the breakfast sausage in half, put it on there. Oh my Lord. I'm telling you, Philly, if there was like a plate full of them, me and you would absolutely inhale those. Oh my goodness. So, like game changer, like just mind blowing.
That sounds good. So you have sausages.
Yeah.
Some
Cut in
eggs.
half.
So, yeah. Eggs, bacon on with French toast as the bread for the sandwich.
It kind of sounds like a McGriddle, because of like
Yes.
the pancake thing. But yeah, the French toast is a nice touch.
I will tell you, he sounds like a Wolverine, the guy on the phone, like Phil does. We're using plastic utensils for you two to keep it safe.
Listen, stay out of my way too. I know you want to eat with me, but you just got to be careful because I'll rip your arm right off if you go reaching in for another piece of French toast.
If it doesn't taste like French toast, he's spitting it out and moving on.
Okay, Vinny, Dr. Hockey with the Jet season right around the corner.
Yeah, coolest morning show. I always say that because I mean it. Anyways, Dr. Hockey, I want to talk about the Jets. Yeah, the Jets are going to be the same team as they were last year, the year before. I told you they got to clean house. They got to make changes, the entire team. Maybe keep a few of them, maybe four players, maybe five, and just start all over. That's what they got to do. So right now, Edmonton's my team. Oilers will possibly win the Cup this year. I say about 68% chance. They will. They could win the Cup because they'll change it up. They, obviously look at those films, and they realize we got to do this, not that. So they got to change it up, and they will. So it's close to a 70% chance the Edmonton Oilers will win the Stanley Cup. I smoke a little bit of weed right now. I don't know if you folks can tell, but later I gotta go see her.
Never would have thought.
We don't do any testing here. It's totally legal.
Oh my God, Vinny, I love it.
Well, that's a bit of a reach, I guess, going for the Oilers. And
Yeah,
they're going to make a few changes, but not on top. McDavid, Draisaitl seem to be the spine of that team.
We got to get to Hooligan's response. He got some criticism yesterday, like stop complaining about your life type of criticism.
Yeah.
So here we go, the Hooligan.
Hey guys, obviously I'm going to reply to that guy who said because I complain about my problems all the time. That I'm a little confused. But anyways, to the point, the original concept of my first story was, it's not that I had a problem listening to my friends' problems or taking my advice. People do, that no problem. The issue was when people were being rude to someone, whether it's friends or coworkers, because they're in a bad mood for whatever's going on in their life, and they take it on somebody who has nothing to do with their problems. That was the main topic of that story. And so this guy says, my problem. I really don't talk about my problems personally, like, okay, someone stole my house number. I think that's everybody's problem with theft, crime, the PVR issue I had. That's, I'm not the only one that owned a PVR. It's the weather or the roads or, but most of my stories are, comical. Sure, I'm angry a lot.
Yeah.
Or I give tips or something I read in the paper, blah, 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 stuff like that. So this guy, my problems, if you want to really hear my problems, actually I don't have personal problems. I have a good job.
Mm-hmm.
I work a lot of overtime. I make a lot of extra money. I got a nice house, truck, boat. I got a great son, stuff like that. So I really don't have any personal problems, my friend. And no, you're not my friend. So, you know what? And Lisa, I've always liked your comments, and thank you for your support, because there's other people I don't talk to anymore because it's, what's the point?
I think that is really well said, because I've also been in a situation where like somebody has projected their issues that they're going through in life onto me, and I'm just like, whoa, like I'm your friend, like, you don't need to like come at me like that kind of thing. So I understand where he's coming from, and honestly, he sounds a lot happier these days.
Yeah, I haven't noticed a difference with Hooligan these days than months ago, but
I just feel like he's just a little lighter. Maybe since his son graduated. Who knows?
yeah.
I think the real change came when the house numbers went. I think that was the turning point.
The Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast.
I don't want to speak for you, Joe, but the thing I love about, and we love on this show about Liam Neeson, we're big fans of his movies and his acting career, is that you get a new movie what feels like every, 6 months?
That's why I was surprised that Kirby was surprised that there was a new Liam Neeson movie out. Because it's usually 2 a year.
Well, I get excited and surprised because I get to tell you that there's something new coming.
My number one buddy did that for me this morning.
Yeah?
Yep, made my day.
And this movie's coming soon too. Like we don't have to wait very long for this.
November 1st, it hits theaters.
Oh man, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
And it's going to theaters this time.
Well,
so it's
limited.
Not,
limited,
yes,
Kirby,
but it's not like a straight to
I think it'll be a blockbuster pretty quick. I would say.
blockbuster.
Got to be honest. It's if this was Assiniboia Downs and this movie was one of the horses, well, there's 11 of them in the race that day. Apparently, 11 releases that day are coming out, so I don't know where it's going to fare.
And it looks a lot like, I'm going to play a chunk of the trailer here in a second, but I will say this movie and this character looks a lot like Finbar Murphy in the last movie where he has done a lot of bad things.
You know why? Well, even the look. Except now he's got the mustache.
He's got a mustache in this one, though.
And the longer chops, eh?
Right.
Because it's like, and he's got a leather jacket. I know we talked about yours a few minutes ago, but this looks like it's set late 70s, early 80s, from what I could tell with the vehicles and everything. But, well, how can you expect it not to look like Finbar Murphy? Because this movie probably just started production the day after Finbar stopped shooting.
And it's all about his past. Oh, I've done a lot of bad things.
His past always comes to haunt him, like in every movie.
That's it. It's one recipe. Like I don't even know why they list writers for these movies. If it's Liam, there's one template. You pull it out of the folder, and you go, "Oh, yeah, here's a Liam movie." Can I read the synopsis?
Yes.
An aging gangster attempts to reconnect with his children and rectify the mistakes in his past, but the criminal underworld won't loosen their grip willingly. So the trailer opens, right, with his character seeing a doctor and admitting
Can I play that part?
Because he's aging, right? So
he's got headaches. This isn't the first movie with headaches.
Don't give away the trailer. I want to play. We'll get back into the rest of the synopsis, but let me play a chunk of the trailer here for you.
I've been having these headaches.
Have you sustained concussions over the course of your life?
You could say that. Just tell me what I need to get better.
There is no treatment. Do you have anyone?
I thought I told you not to come.
Just wanted to see you.
This is your grandfather.
Mom said you're in prison. What for?
Not walking away. I've done so much stupid stuff in my life, I can't even tell you. Don't be like me. You're gonna hear some bad things about me. You crazy? Can't you just walk away? The only way for me to do something right is by doing something bad.
Oh.
That's a good line.
Oh my God. For me, it was the line at the beginning when he was at the doctor's. Just tell me what I got to take to get better.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you something right now. You can't take concussions lightly, as we found out over the last 10 years. But there's no concussion protocol in the underworld, okay? There's no movie where any criminal underworld, they've taken you into this tent and said, they don't even have a name for this character yet in Absolution. No. But I love it. One-word title, Liam Neeson starring, some of the same lines you've heard in other movies. The recipe obviously works. There. I'll tell you what,
grandpa.
I still wish when he was in town here making that truck. Well, he's meeting his grandchild for the first time.
Yeah, his daughter sounds so excited. This is your grandpa.
Yeah, well, because that's what happens. He's got no one. He has to go see a family member. So begrudgingly, he goes, and he knows he's going to get his balls broken because he hasn't been a good father. And this one, they added the layer, the grandson, who's never met. Yeah. But remember what he says to his grandson. As he's driving him in his car, he says, "You're going to hear bad things about me." From who? At school? Like, what?
We can't wait.
I can't wait.
We can't wait. This is the Philly Joe and Kirby podcast. Joe, you want to turn the volume down there and pay attention once in a while?
I turned it down for him.
Like, it's not in here every day. No, you don't need your headphones.
I'm putting my headphones on so I don't have to hear you guys. You guys yelling at me. I'm ready.
Anyway, week 8 for this cold, by the way. It's the cold that'll never go away. I think I'll just have it the rest of my life. I sound like one of those older guys who smoked 5 packs a day.
Yeah.
Like, I just like...
I'll tell you what, I'm a little worried about my dad. He's got a bad cold right now, and I called him, and he said the smoke is still bothering him from a few weeks ago. I had a buddy tell me, "Oh, hey, you guys, you and Phil were talking about having that cough." Oof. He goes, "I got it about 3 days ago, but it's weird. I don't have any other symptoms." And I'm kind of chuckling because he goes, "How long did it last for you?" I said, "Well, I can't really answer that question because Phil's had it for about 8 weeks, and I'm on week 5. I caught it, or maybe 6 now. And Kirby, you're kind of more intermittent. You have a cough day and then nothing for about a week, and then a cough day."
Well, it's not even a cough day. Is I literally will get like a protein shake stuck in my throat and I'll cough, and you guys think it's because I'm
we're worried
developing a cough.
I've had the 3-month plague cough, and so Joe's had it for a while.
We're a little concerned
keep
about
it over there because I haven't had it.
Oh, don't worry about it. My wife's a school teacher. Phil's 2 kids are in school and hockey. They've been sick twice already, your kids.
It's
Mine came home with a cold, and she looked at me, and I said, "Hands up, it ain't me."
Yeah, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
I find my kids always get sick this time of year because they're back at school and hockey tryouts and everything else. Anyway, PJK Extra. Kirby, you had something you wanted to share, which I find very interesting.
It's just a list of things that people would never say no to. Okay, I'm going to give you what it is, and you say whether or not you would say no to it.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, a paid day off.
Would I say no to that?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
No, that's.
Right.
I mean, we love doing
Thanks
the show.
for starting us with a mulligan. That's an easy one.
A nap.
Say no to a nap?
Oh, if I can get a nap, I'm having
So who's
one.
offering the nap? My wife? Like, hey, take a nap. I'll take the kids out for a little while.
Well, I'm not sure who's offering, but it's being offered.
Yeah, I'm not saying no to a nap.
No.
Never.
Okay. When somebody takes out like a breath mint or a pack of gum and says, do you want one? Do you say yes or no?
Coin flip.
It depends. I've got my own mints on. I like, and it goes back to the having a cold for 2 months, but I like the like Halls for breath mints. So I usually have those on me. So I don't need someone else's breath mints.
I still have, I think, a few left of my grandmother's Werther's butterscotch candies.
Joe, I know you're not going to say no to this. Pizza.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely never.
From anywhere. No. Even if I heard it was like 0 Google reviews, stars pizza, I'm going to try it.
In fact, I'll take that to food. Like if you offer me a donut, I could have just had an 8-course meal. You say, hey, you want a cruller? I'm not saying no.
Yeah.
What about a car ride? If somebody says, hey, let's go for a car ride.
Like a stranger? What am I, 10? Is this a PSA
danger.
for McGruff the crime dog?
Somebody that knows you. Like if Joe is like, hey, Phil, you want to go for a car ride? Would you say yes or no?
First, give me this look like that's kind of weird.
Yeah, go for a car ride with you, Joe? Where?
I'll tell you who's going to say no. My dog, Stewie. As soon as he hears car ride, and I'll tell you what, he gets anxious in the car, but he still goes.
Oh, eh?
So my dog Stewie's going to say on behalf of me yes to a car ride.
I usually take my own vehicle places. I'm not a big get a ride.
Okay.
I like being in control and being able to ninja the hell out of there whenever whenever I'm ready.
Phil, I need to talk to you. You mind if I pick you up and just go for a ride? What?
I'd be like, Kirby, Joe asked me the weirdest thing.
And last but not least, I don't think a lot of people are going to say no to this, but money, or if somebody's offering to pick up the check.
Look, when you hang out with Joe Aiello, Kirby, you cannot pay.
I've tried.
For example,
I have tried.
You tried to pay in Mooseman the other day when we were at the Red Barn. This guy acted like no chance, and I've been there with him. You got to physically fight Joe for the bill.
The best part is Joe would gift us like gift cards to his restaurant, and then I would try to use it when we were out for lunch with him. Then don't give me a gift card to your restaurant, because the only time I'm there is usually with you.
But I will let you pay. Usually with buddies and stuff, it's like his turn, my turn.
Yeah.
So I'll let someone else pay.
Is this over?
No, Joe will never let anybody else pay.
I'm not answering this question. The great questions, though, Kirby.
That's PJK Extra.
Philly Joe Kirby.
Philly Joe and Kirby
Podcast.
The Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast.
Good morning. Do you want to play the game?
Yes.
Yeah. Have you ever played before?
You're on?
No.
Okay, do you have some time there? Sounds like a little chaotic behind you.
Oh, yeah, definitely a bit chaotic.
Okay, for sure. How old are you?
I am 11.
11 years old? That changes everything. Holy gosh.
This
Gonna
could
change
be the
my
youngest
questions.
contestant ever on the name game.
Yeah, it is. It makes your questions. You got to change them all, Joe?
Well, there's only the two, but I'll be all right. I'll be all right.
11 years old. I'll go first. French toast, pancakes, or waffles? If you have to pick one for breakfast, okay? Like your mom or dad are making them for you, or your grandma or whatever. What are you going with?
I got to go with the French toast.
French toast, yes. A little butter and syrup on there. Who you got with you? You have somebody with you there? You got your parents, your brother, your sister?
I have my brother. You remember Boston?
Oh, Boston. Boston's brother's playing?
Yes. We got Boston
We did,
from
yes.
Austin.
These are big fans.
I'll tell you, this guy's just as sharp as his brother.
Okay, so we got, what did you go with? French toast. Favorite cookie? Like, are we talking Fudgio, Oreo, homemade, chocolate chip, oatmeal?
The homemade peanut butter chocolate chip.
Nice.
Oh, that's a nice combo.
So good.
wow.
Yeah.
Curbs, your questions.
Okay, what is your cure for the hiccups?
I don't know. I guess I chug water and then I don't breathe and twist my earlobes. I find it works.
Oh,
Okay.
see, I've never
Twitch
heard of the
your
twisting
earlobes.
of the earlobes, so that's a nice touch.
That's the new thing the kids are doing, apparently, for hiccups.
What is the longest that you've gone without sleeping?
12 hours. I like sleeping.
Well, at 11, yeah, that's good.
That's good for you.
Yes.
Get your 8 to 12 hours.
Okay,
Joe.
Jojo.
Let's talk about AirPods, Buds, or headphones. What type of headphones do you have?
Wireless.
Wireless. Is there a name on them?
What brand are they? Helix, I think. I'm not sure.
Wow,
Let me check.
okay. So wireless headphones.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, that's good. Joe's original questions were probably about your finances. So, yeah, just switch it around a little bit.
Yeah, how's your RRSP situation, kid?
Do you got a TFSA?
Yeah, you should start on a tax-free savings account. Now's a good time. Last movie you watched.
Oh, that had to have been Encanto in class.
What was it called?
Sorry?
Encanto in class.
Encanto.
Oh,
You
yes,
guys got to watch a movie in class.
They do it all the time, right? Would you guys? Yeah, it's awesome.
During indoor recess, yeah.
Indoor
wow.
recess. Okay.
All right.
Are you named after a city like your brother? Is the same kind of deal? We got to get that out of the way.
Not really, no.
Not really.
Hold on. What do you mean by not really? An area?
Maybe an area, yeah.
Maybe an area.
Maybe an area.
Oh, okay.
Boston. Hold on, Boston.
Is it a common name?
No.
I was going to say.
No.
What about Laken?
No.
Like a lake or, an area. West, east?
Hold on. Oh, you got one more guess. It's not
No,
my
I'm
turn.
good.
Then Kirby.
I am stumped.
Kirby, go ahead.
Is it Jackson?
No.
After Mississippi. Mm-hmm. That's a good name.
What
It's
about?
a good guess, Curbs.
Oh, this is a hard one. What about Grayson?
No.
You know
Not
what?
even-
Brooklyn.
No.
Oh, that's a good one.
Closer.
Closer? Does it start with a B?
Yeah.
It does.
Brooklyn.
Oh.
Brooklyn.
Bentley?
Bentley.
No.
That's good.
Brody?
No.
I'm trying to think of Boston, but Brooklyn was close.
I was going to say River.
Well, the only other thing I can think of is just because I'm thinking New York is Brooklyn. There's the Bronx. There's
Bronx?
What
got
else?
it.
What? Are you kidding?
Yes!
Are you serious? That's a great name.
Joe got it. We got
Joe.
Boston.
Joe.
Now we got
From
Bronx.
Brooklyn. You almost had me running through the Sopranos map there. Jersey was next, and that's
Bronx.
Bronx and Boston.
Those are great names.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And if your mother's making you chocolate chip peanut butter cookies, she might be the mother of the year.
Oh, it's not. It's you. I appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Mom. And great names for the boys. You guys have a good.
That's awesome.
You have a good day at school.
Yeah, I will. Thank you.
You're welcome. 3 weeks in a row.
Nicely done,
Yes,
guys.
3 weeks in a row.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
Time for some football picks. We won in week 1, 3 for 3. Last week, 2 for 3.
I blew it last week. I took Indianapolis. I apologize to you guys.
But at the end of the day, winning an entire ticket is tough every week, as long as we pick a whole whack of winners. That's the way I look at it. So we're 5 of 6 so far with our picks in 2 weeks. That's pretty good. In fact, that's really good.
Good.
So, time for some football picks. NFL. I'll go first. Minnesota Vikings, who just beat my 49ers, are at home to the Houston Texans. A lot of hype about C.J. Stroud and the Texans. Vikes are undefeated. I look at it this way. Minnesota's so good at home, and they're paying $2.10 on the money line at home. That's a nice payout for a team like Minnesota, and I'm hearing all kinds of accolades about their defense with Brian Flores, how tough they are. I think they're going to give the kid Stroud, who, is one of the great young quarterbacks in the NFL, but I think they're going to give him fits in the Dome. I'm going Vikings to beat Houston at 210.
Well, they did a good job against a hurt San Francisco team. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people were surprised at how well Sam Darnold's played at quarterback. Yeah. This offense seems to be working for him, for a veteran. Not a bad pick. Upset. I love those home underdogs, too.
Yeah, exactly. Especially one that really plays well at home typically.
I'm going to say this. Out of the lock of the week, this is week 3 for us. Kirby, confident with her pick right out of the get-go this morning.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's not my typical Chiefs pick.
That's what surprised us.
That kind of surprised us.
I think that the Cardinals are going to beat the Lions at State Farm Stadium.
Oh, my. You're going against your boy, Dan Campbell?
I
You
know.
notice how she got a plug-in for State Farm? Hey, because you know why. Her guy at Kansas City does most of the State Farm commercials, but she got it because they named it in Arizona. Listen, the Cards at home. On some people's radar at home against Detroit that this should be a coin flip game. So what's the Cards paying?
Cards are paying $2.20 to beat the Lions.
Another underdog.
And
Okay.
We have a quick word from Dan Campbell about Kirby going against him here.
All I think about is you guys. That's all I think about, man. That's all I think about is you guys.
I mean, he's emotional, and I don't want to make him any more emotional of a man. But his Lions are not off to a great start this season.
1-1.
She's doing her research. I'm very proud of you today, Kirby. That's good research. You know what? I like that pick.
And the
actually,
Cards have looked good. Kyler Murray's looked great. So the Cards at $2.20 for Kirby.
Well, this is good. I'm going to go against the grain, and I'm going to take your team, Kirby.
The Chiefs.
I'm going to take I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs. They're on the road this week. I don't like where they're playing in Atlanta because Atlanta's one of those teams that I don't get right very often. Mm-hmm. But because they pulled one out in Philadelphia in the upset, a short week for them. That was the Monday nighter. It was like Arthur Morrow, the owner. You would have thought he won the Super Bowl. He was hugging everybody. The poor guy. So I'm going to take the Chiefs on the road. Not a bad pay, really, for the Chiefs at $1.60.
That's another one. You don't see the Chiefs at $1.61 very often, and that's what they're paying on the money line. That's good money for them in Atlanta. I don't know. I haven't been super impressed with them.
Man, it's a guessing game. It'll be that way this year, too. But, boy, those 2 underdog picks are juicy.
Okay, so if you put $20 on that at playnow.com, you're going to get $148.
Nice.
There it is. Lock it up.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
one final time this week. $400 GC for Shoppers Drug Mart on the line. All you have to do is guess the price of our 3 items. All 3 of us. PJK, we throw an item from Shoppers Drug Mart in the basket, and then before taxes, no sale prices, tell us what the combined price of the items is. You could be winning for a $400 GC. And the way you got to text us your price at 762-555.
I'm feeling a little melancholy knowing it's the last day today. I love this
I
contest.
have a feeling that it's not going to be the last time that
Nope.
we're going to give away Shoppers
Good call.
gift cards.
Thanks for the positive, Chris. You're right. It's not going to be the last one.
But you do love, we
I
all
love
love
this
it,
game.
but you love it, as Kirby pointed out earlier this week, you do love it more than a lot. Because
Yeah.
you're always dancing around in here when this music comes on. So I will go first. My item today, and I have purchased this before with the Price is Right game, but I always need soap. And I feel like we're running a little low on my soap at Casa de Aubrey. So I'll go with Irish Spring Active Scrub Deodorant Bar Soap for Men, a 6-pack. Irish Spring Active Scrub Deodorant Bar Soap for Men, 6-pack. Just some of the features on this soap. It's an exfoliating bar soap made with 98% naturally derived formula. It's gluten-free.
You're not supposed to eat it.
Well, in case you decide you want to, because it does, it smells so good. Sometimes you just want to take a bite out of it.
Yeah, your parents aren't going to be washing out your mouth with soap going, hey, it's gluten-free.
That's right.
You'll be okay.
Smell like you came from a nice smelling place with Irish Spring. And of course, the old school commercials we've well documented on this program. You can shower in the lake with Irish Spring.
I'm almost thinking my wife Christy has been using my soap on occasion. I'm trying to keep an eye on that. Might set up a camera or something. That'd be too creepy.
Maybe don't do
checking,
that.
I was like,
checking on the well, it is my own house with her, so I mean, I guess it's not that creepy.
Maybe just
but
let her know that there's a camera.
if the mirror on the ceiling in the shower isn't enough. I'm kidding.
Kirby, go
Chris.
ahead.
I am feeling giving today, and I'm going to gift something in the cart to Phil.
Oh.
Because
wow, that's so nice.
I realized that you still use wired headphones. When we were on the road trip to Moosomin, I was like, are those cords hanging from your ears?
Yeah.
Like, it's 2024, my friend.
I didn't even notice that, Curbs. Good on you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but we need to update your earbuds there. So I'm
Like
gonna
a caveman from a bygone era.
I'm gonna get you the earphones that I have. They are awesome. Beats Fit Pro True Wireless Earbuds.
Oh, Kirby.
I feel
it's not
kind of
even
bad
my
since I bought
birthday.
my own earbuds yesterday.
Yeah, sorry, Joe.
That's all right.
You kind of jumped the gun on the earbuds, but Phil needs some more.
Yeah, well, the funny
I
part
bought
is
my own.
Both my kids have the wireless, and of course, I'm still using these old-ass earbuds that I probably found in the junk drawer.
Yeah.
And these Beats Fit Pro True Wireless Earbuds are noise canceling. They're great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
That's nice. That's a nice gift.
Yeah.
Guess I'll just keep buying my own stuff. Thanks. Listen.
Joe, I got a gift.
Yeah, I got nothing. I haven't been happy with my night cream lately. I'm going to be honest with you guys. So I think I'm going to switch it up. Bioderma Pigment Bio Night Renewer. I could come in looking a lot younger and fresher.
I
Yeah.
don't know what we'll do with young
And what
looking
brand
Joe.
is that? Sorry.
Bioderma. I didn't even know they had night cream till I looked at
Well, that's a good
Shoppers.
brand.
Is it a good brand?
Yeah.
Kirby verified.
Okay.
I think you're going to enjoy your new night cream.
Just slap that all over your face.
Oh, lather
Slap
it up like
well,
I was
less
shaving.
is more. Less is more.
Oh, no,
Yes.
Oh, I want deep-rooted work.
No,
Like it's been-
night cream should be the size of a dime, buddy.
I was going to
dime.
say a palmful, but
Oh,
a
yeah.
dime.
I was slapping it on like aftershave.
Oh, geez, you're going to go through that real quick.
For more Philly, Joe, and Kirby, lock it into 92.1 City weekday mornings 6 to 10.